by McGarvey on the bottom. 46, Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. There's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again. Oh.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
BTDY Live, presented by Simulators Anonymous here on Drivers Network America. Getting ready to finish up qualifying. Lap 1 of 2 here for Justin Carey. Watching him go around the track. Right now, starting on the pole. 3 weeks in a row, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, but I think Alexander Pelican, 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we've seen both of them, just 1, 2. Yeah, I'm not sure which one was on pole each week, so it could be Alex, but down in racing, man, just fast week after week.
I tell you, if they were driving Toyotas, we'd be looking for tape on the nose on those cars. Them boys are quick. Congratulations. Right now, as it sits, we still have qualifying going on. But as it sits right now, Alex Pelican, your pole sitter, with a 30.69. Brother Anthony, about 0.09 of a second behind him. So pre-race, talk about New Hampshire. Eric, you've been here before. We've all been here. It's one of those tracks you either love it or you hate it. So take us through lap 1. What's your mindset here?
Yeah, it's the first track we've been to this year. Not really a short track, but it kind of races like one with heavy braking into both corners. It's kind of unique where you really got to let the car roll through the center, big long corners, and then with the flat corners on exit, as soon as you get back into that throttle, the rear end just wants to swing way out. So really you got to be patient on the throttle tonight, and we'll have to see how these guys attack the entry at corner. To me, New Hampshire entry is really where you're going to make up your a lot of time. If you can get the car in better than the guy next to you and get it pointed center, then you'll be able to get the drive off and make passes, because center off, man, it's tough to make passes here. But talking to a few guys, the setup seems to start off loose and maybe tighten up, So I think these restarts will have to watch guys getting into one. Depending on the setups, a lot of times you get on that brake too hard. If your brake bias isn't right, you can just swing right around and take out 3 or 4 guys with you. So tough track, but it should be exciting to watch.
Getting it to rotate to the bottom and sticking that bottom, protecting your ground, and staying out of the exit walls. That's the key here. Keeping it clean and off the wall. You can maintain a top 10 performance. But we've seen the best right now. The Pelican brothers doing it again. Dialed in racing, looking good. There's Nick Gardner in the 5th spot. Got several guys out here that kind of shuffle in the field. We've seen some different cars, different names do better at these flatter tracks. Pocono really brought that out. When you went to Auto Club, you saw guys that really did well at Daytona. It was kind of the same as Daytona. The draft made it really easy to suck back up there and get close to him. But Pocono, you had a flat turn there at the end on 3. Kind of separated the field. And this week, as long as they can stay green for about 15 laps and separate that field, I think you're going to see some new names. There's Jeremiah Vincent starting in 3rd tonight. And I think that's his best qualifying effort so far this season. I'm interested to see if he's got anything. He was keeping up with him at Pocono, but now he doesn't have to pass so many cars.
Yeah, I heard some interesting drama going on between Jeremiah and Nick Starling. Something about something with their wheels they were arguing back and forth with. So starting next to each other might be a little interesting. But yeah, this is really the first track where we've come to that the brakes really all matter. We saw braking at Pocono, but it just drives a completely different way. So first short track, or first track that drives like a short track, I should say, and we'll probably see some new names up front.
So Nicholas Starling, Jeremiah Vincent, they're going to start side by side, and any drama might be settled in turn 1. We'll see what's going to happen. BTDY Contender Series getting ready to go live. Sailor Tarot Magic. See, I already butchered it. Great job. Eric, I was rehearsing that before the race too.
Well, it happens to the best of us.
Well, we're going for 100 miles here in New Hampshire. It'll wear you out. Shoulders will be burned up. The wheels will be burned up. And right front tires are going to be burned up. We're going to go one more time. Back to the commercial. We'll be right back after this.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today. Do we have one? All right, we're one lap to green.
31 car, Alex Pelican starting on the pole. Let's go through your grid. Take you through the field. Starting to the outside, 98, Anthony Pelican. To the inside, 9 car, Jeremiah Vincent. 7 car just behind them, Nicholas Starling. 16, starting 5th, Nick Gardner. 46 car, Dallas Sullivan starting 7th, 6th, Alan Dice. 5 car starting 7th. 8 car, Cody Atkins starting in the 8th position. 9th spot is going to be the 33, Mark Beverly. 54 car, Daniel Cunningham. Going to round out your top 10. Brett Sommers starting the 77 car in the 11th spot. 12th position, 13 car. It's going to be Jordan Shepler. 21 car, Justin Carey. Not on the grid yet. 19 car, we're going to get back up here on the camera. There's Eric Lambert. Hello from the 19th pit. I know you're in the broadcast. 71 car, Lane Salfridge. It's going to start in 15. 39 car, Timmy Emanuele. I'm in that 16th spot. 34 car just behind him. It's Thomas Brendel. 17th spot, 26 car, Christopher Santoni. Got the 28 car, Dennis Steele. He's going to start in the 18th position, or 19th position. 95 car, Jeremy Clapper Newell. And we're working on through 21st position. Just behind these boys, there's Dennis Faircloth, the Bear Claw. 42 car, Kyle McGarvey on the outside. 68, Kyle Payne. Then you got the 40, Robert Gilmore. And then rounding out your field, you've got Jordan Brockle in the 84 machine. 31 cars starting on the pole. Pace cars getting ready to pull off. We're going to go green here at New Hampshire.
Ready, green flag.
Green flag is out, and there goes the 31 car.
Great start by the 98 in here.
98 got a great jump on the outside. No prisoners there, and he's already rotated it to the bottom. Perfect drive there.
He just took a huge dive. Oh, car in the wall. Is that the 7, Nick Starling?
Got the 9 car down to the bottom of the track as well. They're shuffling 3 wide through 3 and 4. 33 car now, he has his hands full.
Yeah, not to start either the 9 or the 7 Nick Starling wanted. Just those two getting into it together.
7 car got some rear end damage out of that. And there's 16 and Nick Gardner also front end damage. And there's another hit in the wall.
Oh, man.
Look at these cars shuffling to get around that.
16 has front end damage from that.
16 already had a little bit, and he got some more as they came out of 2. That was the same spot as last time. 33 car got a little bit piece of that as well. But let's go back to Nick Starling. He's coming out of 4, and he's hit the wall again. He's bringing it down pit road.
Yeah, I don't... If he's just getting tight out of corner, that was really weird. 2 laps in a row.
There's a 9 car Vincent. He's fallen back to about the 11th position.
The car looks clean to me, I think.
9 car looks pretty clean, yeah. I think some of these guys that got a little piece of that, we talked Nick Gardner, 33, might have got a little chip on it. There's a lot of shuffling in the 5 car. Alan Dice, I think he's got a little bit of right side damage.
46, Dallas Sullivan's got some damage. Somebody's missing a rear end there. Is that Dice? Alan Dice missing a rear end on his car.
Whole back end of that car is gone, but he's rotating the bottom. A lot of these guys are running up higher. This might be like the Pocono turn 3 where running that high line, we saw Dennis Faircloth doing that last week. This car might rotate better on the exit.
Yeah, you know, New Hampshire, they have progressive banking here. You can see that very bottom lane is almost flat. And then the second and third lane has a little bit more banking, so it gives guys a bunch of options to run.
Well, here from the start, no surprise, Pelican Brothers pulling away from the field. You've got another teammate back here, but he's got a little bit of damage, so we can't really judge what his speed is right now. But based off it right now, 2 seconds ahead of Nick Garner in third spot, and then you got the 33 car of Mark Beverly running fourth. Alan Dice in the 5. Let's see if he can get that machine handling without a rear end.
Yeah, the damage doesn't really worry me too much. A track like this is pretty flat. You might be a little slow at the very end of the straights, but the front end does worry me with temperatures. If I'm the 8, the 46, the 16, I'm going to keep an eye on the oil and water temp. A lot of times you get front end damage in iRacing, your temperatures just start to climb, and that's when you'll lose an engine.
Up here in the top 5, about 6th place back, trying to catch Dice. And he is pulling away. 5 car might have the camera knocked off. Let's see if we can get a gearbox camera. It's still there. He didn't knock it off yet.
Yeah, great battle from for about the 6th and 7th spot. I think Jeremiah in the 9 car is pretty upset losing all that track position, but putting in effort in qualifying, losing it turn 1. Or turn 2, lap 1, I should say. So he's definitely going to be aggressive, making his places back up. He is up to the 7th spot. Sticks now, I believe, passing the 77 of Brett Sommers.
Yep, he's going to be P6 as they come around here, and Sommers has got that front end damage. It's like you said, probably should pay attention to those oil temps. Go popping a motor here. 46 cars in the same boat. Dallas Sullivan, he's got damage on both ends of it, but we're starting to see the field settle out a little bit. Lap 9 out of 100. 54 car to the inside here, making a move in 3.
And the 46, Dallas Sullivan's running a really high line through 3 and 4, up in that darker part of the pavement. Have to see if he's making time doing that, or if he's just kind of trying to stay out of everyone's way. I mean, that is really high line.
Yeah, it's usually a rule of thumb. You want to try to keep at least 2 tires on that concrete patch down at the bottom of those corners. It'll help it rotate a little bit better. But here he is. He's right on the edge of it. There's the end, the exit of the corner. Late apex, but that front end damage, he's got to be struggling. He's probably getting tight behind guys, so he's trying to keep the nose in the air.
Yeah, the car definitely does look tight. And if you're up that high, I'm assuming you just can't get the car turned down in the middle lane. You can see the 77's up there too. So maybe they're just searching around, early in the race, lap 11, trying to figure something out, make a little bit of speed.
But you can rubber that groove up and get it to get racy towards the end of this run. Maybe 3 sets of tires. These guys are just trying anything on that first set. Back through the field a little bit more. You got the 19 car, Eric Lambert, getting around these guys. Just passed a lot of cars. So he's going to be probably scored in the 6th spot here momentarily. Jeremiah Vincent working on Alan Dice now. They're really close. Dice with that back end damage probably at a little bit of a disadvantage, but Dice is catching the 33 of Beverly, who started a lot further back than I thought he would. He does really well at these flat tracks, and he's up to 4th spot right now.
Yeah, great battle between working on their way up to 5th and 4th and trying to do anything to catch the Pelicans. I think they're going to get caution for that. Those two pulled away over a 4-second lead on 3rd place on back. And see a 9 car up high. That's not by. Really arcs the corner down. Maybe that's something that he's seen other cars do. It's just, I've never seen a line that high at New Hampshire, but really these guys are making it work.
There he is all the way to the bottom again. Keeping it down there this time around through 1 and 2. Peeking the inside on Dice, but Dice got a run off that corner.
Yeah, you see some guys few different ways you can attack the corner. We're in that high line. You're going to want to arc the car down like mid corner, trying to really get a drive off. Or if you're entering low, you kind of want to keep the car low and take a slower corner, but a shorter distance. Just, it's going to depend on what you think's fastest, how you can drive it, and as well as where the other cars around you are.
I've been watching here in the background, the 21 car. He has been struggling a little bit. Things getting really tight on the exit. He's almost clipped the wall several times, so still clean though. Machine looks good, but he's really pushing it on the exit of 2. Currently in the 10th spot. He got around Dallas Sullivan. That's Justin Carey, and I think he's going to have to back up his corner and maybe wait for it to rotate a little bit more. That sound around a lot cleaner.
It's just rough. Oh, we got a wreck.
Wreck back there. 42 car down to the inside. Kyle McGarvey bounced off the side of what I believe was the...
Caution.
There's the caution.
Caution.
We're going to go back and watch it, but I believe it was right in front of Jordan Shepler. Or maybe... I can't tell which car he bounced off of.
Are they 3 wide out of 2, maybe?
Backing it up. It was 3 wide. You had Timmy Emanuele here on the outside, the 95 car. Clapper looked like they got into each other and bounced into the 42. So that's where I was confused.
Yeah, 42 definitely got the worst end of that deal. Just trying to make that pass. It was a huge run, way he turned down the corner and just out of nowhere gets smacked in the side.
One more time, we're going to go on board with the 95 car. He gets touched, and he's trying to hold it out there. I believe the 42 car saved the 95 from going to the inside wall.
Yeah, it looks like the 95 got tight. He was just cranking on that wheel and got it into Timmy on his outside, and he had so much wheel in it, then he just kind of drifted down, or he got loose, maybe snapping with that much wheel into it. But yeah, I think 42 saved him.
Well, here they are coming down pit road. Anthony Pelican leading them down here. Alex Pelican got that number 1 stall. Maybe he can beat him out of pit road. 9 car doing a lot of work. Jeremiah Vincent trying to get back up into that top 3 where he started tonight. This is going to bunch the field back up, and there's the 33 car down and away. Look at the 33 making up some spots.
Yeah, we'll get to see now if any cars have some speed to match the Pelicans, and since the 7 car incident kind of shuffled the field on back. See if anybody can get these guys running for their money here.
Well, caution number 1, and there's Emanuele electing to not take tires this time by. 19 laps on his tires, and you know that thing's going to be a little tighter than the rest of the field, but this place a little bit different when it comes to top end speed, and maybe that 28 of Dennis Steele, they can run too wide and hold some of these guys up long enough the tires will balance out.
I think this is the 3rd week we've seen Timmy save a set of tires, so I'm might be a little concerned here, given we saw how tight you guys are getting already 20 laps in. But if caution's a line for him, then you'll definitely have the benefit late in the run, or late in the race, I should say.
39 car is no stranger to taking an extra set towards the end of the race, and I can tell you, we get a late caution and everybody else stays out on the track with 15, 20 to go. Guarantee you that 39 car is going to pull it down here in the pits and run 4 clean, fresh tires, try to get back up there in that top 5. We've seen him do it successfully. Let's see if he can do it this week.
Yeah, big wide track too. If you're on new tires, man, you're just going to fly on by people.
All right, lights are out on the pace car. doubling them up. Davey Emanuele going to lead them off. Dennis Steele to the inside. Anthony Pelican, Alex Pelican, Mark Beverly, Nick Gardner, Alan Dice, Jeremiah Vincent, Daniel Cunningham, and Eric Lambert, your top 10. BTDY Contender Series is never short of action here.
For sure. And these 2 cars, no tires, blocking both lanes. It's going to be a sketchy turn 1 and 2 for these guys. Try to keep it clean.
Dude, the Pelicans are going to back up these corners a little early. Be patient with these guys. You know you can get them. Just don't force the issue too hard. And hopefully you don't get ran over. Green flag is out, and there goes Emanuele. Dennis Steele a little bit slow in the start, and that's going to open the door right away for the 31 car.
The 98 all the way down the apron, using those new tires, getting that car to turn.
He's all the way down there.
He fall 4 on the apron, I think, but look at it, worked. He got past Dennis Steele. Not working on Timmy Melly. We'll get him this time. Timmy's on the wall. Really overshot that corner.
Hitting the wall in the entry of 3, and we've got a caution flag. I think these guys are thankful for that. They were running 3 wide up here in the top 5.
Oil dry here, I'm sure.
All right, let's see if we can figure out what happened here on the track. Backing it up, I believe the 40 car Robert Gilmore. Three wide there off of 2. 95 in the middle. 42 car with a little bit of damage. Let's see what happens here. Oh, locked it up. 8 car. Cody Atkins gets touched. 95 car got into his inside. So it started with the 8 car, and the 40 got the end of it.
Yeah, I think the 95 just late on the brakes. I mean, look, he shot it in there and just...
You could see the tire smoke from that right front. I believe he locked it up. Once he had it, he realized he had overshot it. He tried not to run into the side of him.
Yeah, fortunate night into the night for both the 8 and the 40 car. It's just kind of victims of the 95 right there.
I believe the Atkins machine can get it back out there. We've seen Alan Dice driving with a similar look on the back of that car. So he might be okay.
Yeah, should be able to limp it around. Unfortunately, I think the 40 of Robert Gilmore is definitely the worst. Got the worst of that wreck.
Well, we saw the older tires, and we kind of thought, you know, the way these guys were exiting the corners, it was going to be up front, but it ended up being back in about the 13th, 14th position. Emanuele trying to hold on. Dennis Steele, older tires. Dennis Steele's fallen pretty quickly back to about the 15th spot, but Emanuele still being scored in 3rd, saving that extra set. This time around, no takers on pit road.
Yeah, we saw Timmy really couldn't get the car to turn on those old tires there in that last restart. It's just good job though, holding the spot. Still in 7th, it looks like, but I think it's going to be really hard for him to hold on to the top 10, maybe even top 15.
Watch the 98 of Anthony Pelican take it all the way below the yellow line. It's the first time we've seen that today. Got it to stick down there pretty well. Might have taught some of these guys a new line.
Yeah, those new tires, man, you got to find any way around the guys with old tires. And hey, he got a really good drive off, which kind of surprises me, but you can make this track as wide as you want, see guys way up high and see guys on the apron. Just you gotta be careful not to funnel together on the exits of the corners. They're wide, but the way you run in the car, they end up being a little bit narrower than what you would think.
Well, Alex Pelican getting up there to the lead. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Another unique situation at this track. Everyone's elected so far, if you're the leader, to start on the outside. I think there's a kind of a gig to that. Seems like you get a better run. Let's see if the 98 can jump the start this time as well as he did at the beginning of this race. Or is Alex Pelican going to hold on to the lead and take her down into 1?
Yeah, high line just seems to really get a good. You kind of throw the car down in the corner. If you're on the bottom, you got your entry is just a little too shallow.
Green flag.
Green flag is out. And Alex Pelican doing a better job this time into 1.
A 33 car got really good entry in the corner. It's going to clear to 16 of Nick Gardner, bring himself up to the 3rd place position.
Looking a little loose on the exit of 4 though, and that's opened the door back up for Nick Gardner on the outside.
Yeah, thought he had him clear, but 16's able to come on back. There's Jeremiah Vincent, maybe thinking about 3 wide, but he's going to carry that momentum up high and get past the 33, and 33 ends up losing 2 positions.
Little contact back there with the 42 car. Looks like the 26 machine. A 42 car's got to be tough to drive right now with no front end.
Yeah, 42 car has seen better days, but you know, still top 15 with the car looking like that, so he's doing all right. Seems to be carrying the corner speeds just as well as the other cars, so I'm sure with a few more incidents he might have a chance at a top 10 maybe, but yeah, you can see it, the straightaways is really struggling with the top end speed.
Someone clawing their way up into the top 10 right here. Dennis Faircloth right on the edge of it. 71 of Lane Salfridge in the 10th spot. That 80 car has probably passed the most cars tonight. Started about the 20th position.
Yeah, he had a really good qualifying effort at Pocono, and he's running really well, running that unique line that's really surprised me, but it's worked well for him. It was cool, it was fun to watch, but unfortunately just had a small mistake and ended up ruining his night. But see if he can carry out a decent run tonight, just outside of the top 10, so just keep it clean and should be able to battle for a top 10. You know, something I'm just noticing on this onboard here, looking at his RPMs, looks like they're almost down to 5,000 RPMs mid-corner. I wouldn't be surprised to see on a long run if they might start downshifting to 3rd, get a little bit better run off the corner.
It has been done here before, and that's kind of what separates guys like this right here and guys like this right here. They figure stuff like that out. Tons of practice at these tracks, and
Caution.
we've got a yellow. So
Any
long
feeling on the
flag,
hurdle?
long green flag run's just not happening quite yet. 32 laps into the race. This will be our 3rd caution. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here on the track.
Oh man. It's a 21, 71, 80.
There it is right there that you're talking about. 71 car, 80 car. We were just talking about Dennis Faircloth having a rough season. He's just outside the top 10, and what happened?
Yeah, I think we just need to quit talking about him for a race, and his night might go a little bit better without us, but just
Curse of the camera.
just bad positioning there for him, and just unfortunate. I think the 21, 71 come together. I can't tell. Maybe the 21 got in hot, or if the 71 turned down. You get a better look at it.
It looked like a combination maybe of both. The 21 did hold it down on the entry. The 71 came across his nose, but I don't think the 21 would have held it down there all the way through that corner.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just two guys going for the same line, kind of coming together there. 21 did have a pretty high entry, being on the bottom of someone, but yeah, it's tough to put blame on anybody. The car is this? 68, I believe. Yeah, 68. If Kyle Payne had a really good evasion through that wreck. So if we can't get an on-board shot with him, maybe.
Oh, wow. Sneaking it through there.
Split in the middle. Going where the wreck is. A lot of times you can kind of shoot for where the wreck's happening, and by the time you get there, it'll be in a different place. But yeah, he's able to just kind of shoot the middle there and keep it
Thread
clean.
the needle.
That's right.
Well, Kyle Payne able to get through that one, and he's had some rough luck this season. So it's not the first time that we've seen some of these guys. 80 car, rough season. I tell you what, I promise, I will vow right now, 80 car, I know we got a lot of fans here in the broadcast, but we're not going to put the camera on him at all, at least for the rest of this race. If you'd like me to keep the camera off of him next week entirely, I can do that. Maybe he can get that top 5, that all-elusive top 5.
Yeah, just unfortunate for Dennis there. Nothing he did wrong, just bad spot, bad time, and yeah, that's fairly significant damage. He'll keep it running, but
kudos to the
10.
31 car. We're going to throw it out there. He's kept the lead through all of this and getting ready to go back green. We're going to take the green at lap 37 out of 100. And Alex Pelican, your leader right now, dialed in. Keeping it up there on the pole. Anthony Pelican trying to take it away. And you got the 9 car. Jeremiah Vincent had to work back up into the top 3. But here he is. Let's see if he's got something for him.
Yeah, back to where he qualified. Had a little run in with the 7 there on beginning of the race, but made his way back up to the front. I think he may drop down to around 10th or so, but definitely some speed in the 9. We'll have to see if it's enough to battle the Pelicans.
They're on the outside, tight points battle between your leader right now and the 16 of Nick Gardner. In fact, the entire top 3 is right on top of each other in points. So Nick Gardner needs to find a way to sneak around these boys, get a victory here tonight. Daytona is one of them, but he needs another. Restart line right here on the outside wall. Green flag is out. There goes Alex Pelican. This time through. Another great jump. 16 car got a good jump as well in the 9. This top 3 pulling up.
9 gets the inside of the 16. He's going to be able to get the drive off. 16 really holds him down. Good save by the 9. Wiggling out of turn 2. I think he's expecting maybe a little bit more room there.
A lot of bobbing and weaving there by the 9 car, but he's able to hang on to it. 33 car Beverly losing a spot to Alan Dice here on the inside. But there's that drive off we were talking about. Outside line working so much better here. And you can see the 19 car probably going to use that outside to his advantage. He's got Sommers on the inside right now, but now in the backstretch, you're going to see a drive off. And we're running out of cars that are staying clean looking. We've got the 33 with front end damage, the 5 with rear damage. 77 of Sommers got front end damage. 68 car somehow has kept that machine clean. 8 car just behind him there. He's got some front end. 46 car. So we've got a lot of guys with chipped up fenders or parts missing entirely.
Yeah, I
and
think
we're not even halfway.
Only boys clean are the boys up front, Pelicans. But I think if they got racing with the rest of the field, they'd probably just end up looking like everyone else. A lot of beating and banging.
Car. All the way down to the apron there for a second. I'm not sure if he's electing to pit. Maybe he's overheating. I don't know.
Yeah,
he's going to lose 2 spots.
Front end damage. That was odd.
He took it all the way below the yellow line, and it looks like he's touching it again. Maybe he touched it through 3 and 4 and it got loose. It pulled him down there.
Yeah, not sure what that was all about, but That goes a little bit more traditional line now. But the 9 has made his way past the 16 for the 3rd spot. I'll have to keep an eye on time, see if he's able to track down Anthony Pelican in 2nd.
You kind of hear him floating the throttle once that thing starts to rotate back on it. But what we mean by floating the throttle, you're keeping about maybe 15-20% throttle in there just to keep the RPMs up. And once it feels like it's starting to turn, you go right back to it full force and drive off the corner. But you have to be careful you don't give it too much input while you're trying to rotate, or you'll find yourself in the turn 2 or turn 4 wall. That's the art of this track. Get your car woed up enough to where you can rotate it.
Yeah, and a track like New Hampshire, if your car's tight, you can wear out the front by having so much wheel into it. By the time the tires get pointed, that you pick up the throttle, the track's so flat that you end up sliding the rear if you put too much throttle in it. Then after 20-25 laps, it was being a 4-wheel slide. It's just no fun on exit. So, you know, even if your car is tight, if you drive it in a certain way, you can end up almost kind of a tight loose. Doesn't really sound like it makes sense, but you got so much wheel into it. Next thing you know, the rear end's slapping around on that corner exit.
Driving and over-driving. That's the fine line here at New Hampshire. A lot of these guys get frustrated, start driving like pissed-off teenagers, and you'll see those four-wheel slides through the corner. Here's Sommers making a move to the inside. The 16 of Nick Gardner.
Yeah, this car has a bunch of damage. It just kind of fuels the fire. Drivers getting frustrated, trying to pass. Just use your bumper. The 77 was about to with that camera angle, but he gets it to the inside. Probably. Yeah, he's probably gonna get a position on a 16. 16 holds him low. He's gonna gas it up mid-corner. If he can get the nose to point, be able to clear him on the exit. So
Gardner able to hold on the outside. And they've got a battle back here between the 33 of Beverly and the 5 of Dice. So just inside this top 5, it's everyone for themselves right now.
Such a frustrating feeling. The car on the outside is just still under quarter. You want to clear him so bad, but you can't.
All the way down there to the bottom again with Sullivan.
He's trying to find a new line that we haven't seen tonight. Well, we have seen a line on the apron tonight, so.
Worked for the 98. Sullivan's going to try it again. Way down to the bottom. Getting it to rotate pretty well, and he's making up ground on that entry.
Yeah. I understand what he's trying to do. I just...
How long is it going to last?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's a long-term deal there. He goes back up to a more traditional line.
Just trying to clear a guy on the entry. Got around Beverly. Now he's in the outside of Dice. Down to Sullivan. Taking it through the field. Way up high here on the entry. He's got about 4 different lines around this track.
Yeah, if there's a line, he's going to try it.
Oh, we got a car sideways, and it's the 46 car. Yellow's out.
Oh, man. We just can't focus on any car tonight.
As soon as I put the camera on it, it spins out in about 3 laps. I can't believe what happened just now. But
oh, man.
We're going to go back and take a look because we were on board with him when it happened. Let's see how it happened. We had the 46 on the outside. We were talking about his line. You got the 5 of Dice. Just a little touch there.
Yeah. The 46 had it down off the wall a little bit. I think the 5 might have expected him to be a little bit higher. Yeah. Oh.
Well, 46 had a run on the 16. Yeah. And I think he thought he cleared the 5, or maybe the 5. Maybe he thought the 5 would stay down more.
Yeah, I can see you're right though. He had a run. He's gonna take it to the inside of 16, but 5 was there. It just came together.
Yeah, Let's go on board with the 46 of Sullivan. You can see this massive run down the front stretch. 16 of Gardner. There's the 3 wide.
He saw the 5 there. He just thought maybe the 5 knew he was going to come down. I see what he's trying to do. It's just
it's
it's
going
hard
to
for
take
the
another
5.
9.
Yeah, it's hard for the 5 to know that's what he's going to do. His 5's just being told 1 up top, and you wouldn't expect the guy above you to hold you, a full car length off the wall. But
well, there's caution number 5 of the night. And I'm telling you, man, these cars, it's been interesting. Some of the damage on these machines, and it's not slowing them down too awful bad. I mean, yeah, the top 2 have pulled away, but they were kind of doing that before all this chaos ensued. And you still got cars keeping up in the top 4 with each other.
basically, 4th on back, it's pretty much damage, but 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th all have decent damage, and they're holding their own. Really, 3rd on back has damage, but
we got 3 cars stuck on pit road. Dallas Sullivan, Alan Dice, Cody Atkins coming back out. You got the 34 car, 21 car. So, I mean, you got to also be careful that you don't accidentally take one of those sets of tires, too, and save them for the end. When you're repeatedly coming down pit road, iRacing automatically checks your tires, and you come back in just for damage. You could waste a set.
Yeah, been there, done that. But speaking of tires, how many tires do we have for tonight? Is it 4 total
3
sets, right? 3?
Yeah, 4. Well, 4, including the one that you have under car, so 3 in the pits.
3 extra. So that was the 2nd set we've seen everyone take?
I believe so, and we're at the halfway point. We've got a car staying out there, 77 of Sombers. He might have taken 2.
Timmy Emanuel there too. Timmy saved a set already. So I think most guys are down to 1 set now, correct?
I'm going to say half the field. Half the field at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
is going to be a guy that has an extra set. You see him up front.
Timmy stayed out. Someone else that stayed out with him. Dennis Steele.
That was early in the race, yeah. The 28 stayed out, so
they have an extra set.
Bear Clock looks like he might have stayed out. We're taking 2. He's back up there in the top 10. But lights are out on the pace car, 77 car. It's gonna be interesting. Let's see what these guys did on pit road.
Green flag, green flag.
Great jump by the 77. Have to see if Alex Pelican takes the apron again. Getting by the 39. 39 dressed up the track. Hold it below the 9. 77. Great run by 77. Holding off new tires through 1 and 2. That's who Anthony's going to get him here, but yeah, surprising, doing well.
We saw just a moment ago, Bearcloth trying to get around this 70 car or 71 car. We're just going to take the camera off of him. Anthony Pelican way up on the outside here. 9 car trying to run him down.
Yeah, I saw Alex Pelican get held up a little bit on that restart. It's allowed the 9 to get past him, make a run for 2nd. I think it's first time Alex has been outside of 1st and 2nd position tonight.
You see the pretty similar lines with the 9 and the 31 going into 1 and 2. 31 car a little bit loose on the exit, and that 9 car pulled it away this time around.
Just that little bobble. Yeah, like you said, saw that drive just get killed off the corner.
It's a product, I think, of running directly behind somebody. A little hard to judge your exit or when that car's actually rotating. Now the air change, and he's going to the inside of the 9. Here they go for second spot.
Yeah, the 9's going to hold it tight on his outside. Still there. Should get it. Oh, no.
Oh, Jeremiah Vincent sliding to the inside off of turn 2. Locked it down. Stayed off the wall, but he's going to lose a ton of ground here.
Have to see if he gets a caution. He will.
Oh, almost contact between him and the 46 car as he came back up on the track. Yellow flag is out. I don't think we have to look too far to find out what happened here, but we'll ride on board with the 9 car again. We just saw a little contact there between Faircloth and the 71, but here's Jeremiah Vincent running the inside. He almost got to the inside of the 77. Sommers. You can just hear this thing. He's down on the bottom. Gets a little loose. Right back to the throttle.
I think it's next lap.
Next lap. All right. It does happen, though. It does happen here, chat. It's going to happen, but unfortunately, it happens when he's in the second spot. And he worked his ass off to get back up there, and he's going to have to do it all over again.
He's on the outside, which is a little bit odd, spinning from the outside.
We're going to go one more lap here. Yep. It took me way back on that replay. Like Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future here. 9 car on the outside, really loosened. Man, is Alex Pelican lucky he lost it just at the time he did.
Yeah, for sure. I think maybe the 9 had a bunch of wheel cranked into it, trying to get to the throttle early to hang on the outside, then it probably just snapped on it. Yeah, you can see a wheel cranked and it just got loose.
Great reaction though to lock it down, but watch this as he comes back up on the track. How close did the 46 car get to hitting this machine?
Yeah, that was a little bit closer than it probably should have been, but...
Caution number 7, I believe, in the night.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's taking tires as we just did. We've seen the 9 lose some spots at the beginning of the race and make those up. It's going to be a little bit different coming from the very back this time, but still just under halfway to go. If we get a green flag run, I think he should be okay. Might be able to back up there. Maybe not to where he was, but at least farther back up to make it a decent night.
A lot of the cars that are behind him have a lot of damage. See Sommers that he passed earlier back out on the track. The 40 car. Robert Gilmore, he's pretty banged up. Dice is going to find himself pretty far back. But he's got that machine pretty fixed up here. A lot of these guys have been praying for multiple cautions, try to get their machines back within a couple tenths of the top 5. They've got a lot of work to do. This is 20th position right here that you're looking at. 21st, actually. And Dice has got a long way to go. 14 of Ostrowski. Dallas Sullivan. These guys with major damage.
Yeah,
a lot of cars beat up.
24 cars still on track. It's definitely a long way to the front.
Track isn't really fast enough to pop motors on contact. You can get away with a couple of them, but it is fast enough that once you get down these straightaways, you really notice your damage before the entry of the corner. Anthony Pelican going to lead him off here. Elected to start on the inside. This is the first time we saw that tonight. But this guy's ran it lower than most everyone else on the track right now. Let's see what the 98 car has in store as we get to the restart line.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, and there goes the 98. Great timing. 16 of Nick Gardner actually getting to the inside of Alex Pelican for a second. And he's going to back it up a little bit. 19 car, impressive. Here he comes. Top 4.
Yeah, see 98 putting those left sides on the apron and getting a good drive off. And once again, 1-2, pulling away from the field.
Got a battle here for the 3rd spot. 19, Eric Lambert on the outside of Nick Gardner, who's held on to it even with that front end damage. Gardner holding it down really well. And you've got Beverly just behind them. He's been maintaining a top 5 with that damage. 54 has been trying so hard to get up here in this top 3. I've seen his number a lot here, hovering around the top 5. He just wants to clear these boys.
Yeah, he's doing a good job keeping the car clean. Like, you know, compared to the rest of the guys he's racing with, but in a really tight battle there. Great racing. The 16 trying to make his way past the 19, but like I said, 54, we haven't really talked about him too much tonight, and maybe that's a good thing for him, the way that's been going with us, but
yeah, maybe we should get the camera off of him.
We've seen him there at the top 10, just kind of hanging out, clean and quiet night.
Nick Gardner still holding it down there on the bottom. Very few guys have been able to do that. Holding it down there and maintaining the run with the outside line, but very close off of 4. And that's going to allow the 19. I'd say the 16 had to lift a little bit to keep from getting into him. Here they are, looking like maybe some contact, just a slight touch on that left corner.
Yeah, 19 is doing everything he could to keep it on the outside. But I think at 16, just kind of overdrove the corner and cleared himself up.
54 now using that apron there. Look at that. We've seen that line a couple times. Hopefully that's not the curse of the camera taking back over. 33 of Beverly now working the outside. So Daniel Cunningham might be losing the spots here. He's on the edge of the top 5. Let's see if he can hold it up.
Yeah, using that really low line. The outside line just gets such good momentum down the backstretch. I think maybe that low line will give you a little bit better drive off, but I don't know. I think I'd rather be in line. But 33 goes to the inside now.
Oh, Dennis Steele just behind him got really loose in the entry. We were riding on board with him for a moment. I tell you what, there's something going on here. There's something going on with the cameras. I think maybe we have like a laser or something that's in there heating the cars up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So if you're in the chat right now and you have a favorite driver, probably don't mention the name of chat, because I'll put him on camera in about 2 laps. They're going to wreck.
Well, there's a guy that just made his way into the top 10 that we were kind of wondering if he's going to. I don't want to talk about him again because it's just made its way there. But yeah, when we saw that car that Dennis Steele get loose, you kind of saw how tight the nose was. When he entered the corner and the rear end swung out, but then the front just was glued and just didn't move at all. And you saw the car just push up the track. Really, really odd. I think as a driver, you want a little different setup, but you know, that's unfortunately it's a lot of E-car setups at flat tracks like this.
Looking at maybe a little contact there. Cody Atkins in front of the 9. They're able to pile it back out, single file. Let's go back here and look at this 42 car holding his own with some of these cars that are a lot cleaner than he is.
And no temperature worries for the 42.
Yep, they might consider running it like this the rest of the race. But if I was him, I'd want that front downforce.
Get by to 68 here from that low line. Just all mechanical grip for him tonight.
Making that machine work though. Able to stay up there in the top 15. He's got his work cut out for him to get back in that top 5 though. Back up towards the front. Anthony Pelican. Alex Pelican, about 2 seconds ahead of Nick Gardner. Doing a hell of a job here tonight. 31 laps to go. This is BTDY Contender Series, live on Drivers Network America. The Sailor Tarrant 100. We're going to be right back after this and bring you the rest of this race. Got to take a quick hiatus, and I'll be right back.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today. We're back live, BTDY Contender Series, Sailor Tarrant Magic 100 here at New Hampshire. And we've got a battle for the lead. Alex Pelican's been peeking the inside of the 98 of Anthony Pelican, and that time through two, they're getting closer and closer. These guys racing a little bit side by side. Guys sneaking up there a little bit. Nick Gardner, he's got it back under a second and a half. So maybe these Pelican brothers getting a little tight. Trying to find some speed now, and that's allowed Nick Gardner to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely pulled away from the field. This 31 just really dove down in there and made that turn work. Almost looked like Anthony Pelican 98 maybe let him go. I wouldn't think so with only 25 to go, but the man at 31 had a great corner there. These guys have stayed within about 2/10 of each other this entire run. So great battle in between themselves, but man, they have just pulled away from the field.
Top three, you could probably go about 5 seconds back to the fourth spot, which just changed that time by Daniel Cunningham. Able to get around Mark Beverly. He's been working on it all race long. We got a good, decent green flag run going here. Field's really spread out, pretty single file. Dennis Faircloth up to the 7th spot, 9 car. Jeremiah Vincent, he's up to 8th. It's on board with the 19 Eric Lambert for a minute. Running a little bit higher line there on 2, but man, you can see how loose this thing on that transition from the banking to the flat track again. That's what gets a hold of you right there. If you're not set up just right, ready to put those wheels straight, and that thing's still pushing up the track, you got a lot of wheel trying to keep it down there, you're going to spin out every time.
Yeah, that mid-corner RPM really makes me surprised I haven't seen anybody shift. Right there would have been an opportune time, but to downshift to third and really get the drive off. They try to get the rear end rotated without the plowing snappiness we see from everyone else. But yeah, once the track loses just the little banking it has, and the car just wants to snap right around.
80 of Faircloth looking to the outside of the 19 of Lambert now. Here they come off of 4. It looks like Faircloth's going to clear him into 1.
Man, it's just outside of the top 5 and kind of into the top 5. We've seen great battles the entire night. It just seems like it's been super, super close no matter who's running there.
A little touch with the wall on the exit there. Both the 80 and the 9 hit it, but the 80 car didn't lose as much. Now you got Cody Atkins to the outside of Jeremiah Vincent. So you said these guys have been right on top of each other, and Vincent's probably going to run right back up to that 19 car. He just had that little bobble.
Yeah, 9 car has not had a good turn 2 tonight, whether it be his fault or not. Man, he just can't get it figured out in turn 2.
There we go. 20 laps left. 19 now as they cross the line. This guy lost the position. He had it for quite some time. They've been going back and forth, but there's your pole sitter, Alex Pelican. You're leading. Right place at the right time. About half a second ahead of Anthony Pelican. Back to third, 16 of Nick Gardner. Trying to hunt that points leader down. Impressive showing by Daniel Cunningham. And he's pretty much taken 5th place on back. He's got about a 1.5-second gap now on Beverly. And Faircloth sneaking up there. He's looking at the top 5 in just a moment.
Yeah, great recovery by this Faircloth. Like, not that damage from that wreck earlier is really going to affect him a lot worse, but really not. He's fast.
Imagine how that machine would be if it was completely clean. Cody Atkins still trying to straighten out that rear end. Flipped the exit to turn 2, but he's still up there in the top 10. Let's go back to Clapper Newell right here. 95 car. We watched, you see him all the way down to the apron. We watched a lot of action going around that 95 car in the first half of the race. He's since cleaned it up. Got it up there in the top 10. And I can hear cars clipping the wall. I think it's just a matter of time before we have a caution, because one of these times it's going to happen in front of somebody.
Yes.
There it is again.
As you say that, the 21, I believe, getting in the wall right there. And the car just looks really uncomfortable to drive. See how much wheel these guys have cranked in. And, New Hampshire is just
there's a downshift there.
Yeah, I
did hear it.
See his RPMs drop down to 5,000 and below 5. He's not staying 4th that time, but
I
these
heard
cars,
it's 3 and 4. I think he'll do it again here. He's going to make a liar out of me. I saw the 21 car downshift. Oh, he's just going to get to the inside of the 95 here. Still not hearing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely full of it.
you can see the car when he gets down to that flat part of the track as the 95 is taking it
all the way to the grass. That'll get it to rotate.
Yeah, I don't think it worked as well as he wanted it to, but it's just the way these guys driving. To me, it just seems like the car is just not doing what they want it to. And he's on the flat part of the track. In a four-wheel slide, almost it looks like. Just
77 in the wall.
It's like it just plows, and once they go to the flat part out of the corner, the car just snaps around. That's why so many guys have been getting in the wall, especially out of turn 2.
Do you think that's a product of overdriving the entry?
It could be, but I think it's just the car being set up so tight that you just naturally kind of overdrive it. And then right there, just that wants to snap. You see the whole car kind of sway. It's just.
Yep, that was on board with the 33 of Beverly. He was on the outside of Atkins, and look who's clawed his way up there into the top 5.
Yeah, great recovery. You can see the damage from the onboard.
Whole right side of that machine is banged up, but we haven't heard anyone else downshifting. Let's ride on board with the 31 car. Let's see if somebody else is doing it right now. Oh, we got trouble right in front of the leader. 68 car clipped the wall on the exit. 11 laps to go. We don't need anything bad happening in front of the 31 car. The curse of the camera taking over there.
Yeah. Dare to say the 98 might be making a little bit of time. It's a bit closer. Last time by, they were about even on lap times. We'll have to see maybe this lap if he can improve on that.
I think I would try it just for a couple laps to see if it's going to work. Downshift one time, see if it's going to catch up to him. He's inching away, but I think that gap's maintained at about 0.5 of a second.
Yeah, Alex was about 0.5 tenth faster last time by, so just don't know if Anthony can find anything. It looks like he makes a ton of time in a 3. And it's just the lines, but it was supposed to be that time.
On entry, he is making up time, but it's that exit. And they got this lap traffic here too to contend with.
He was about 5 1,000ths faster that lap. You can see leader has to deal with a lap traffic. Visually, I want to say they look closer than they've ever been, but I'll have to see in the lap time. 98's been really low on exits. I've seen him do the same thing out of 2, but it was last size on the apron.
There's a little bit of a 4-wheel slide on the entry, and he's driving it down a lot lower. Here it is, all the way to the apron.
All 4 below it. He was a 10th faster than Alex that time.
8 laps to go. He's finding the grip down there. Man, it just takes one slight little mistake and he give it all back. And that time by, I think he gave about a 10th back.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Alex a little bit faster that time by.
It's tough to judge, and you got all these different cars, different lap cars coming through. Probably a factor here for Alex Pelican not being able to run the line, but he's kept it up high the whole time, and Anthony's been running that lower groove on the exit. There's just a fine, perfect line that you have to run down there, and I think Anthony hits it about every other corner.
Yeah, we can see just how much wheelies has cranked in it. Even to the bottom, the car doesn't get upset till about right here, and you can see him turn to the right.
This looks like dirt tracking at Lanier right now with the 98.
Just looks really frustrating as a driver, is you can't, you know, you want that control in your wheels, or in your wheel and in your pedals, but yeah, he's definitely losing time now. Back 6/10.
You can see the frustration sinking in, but the 31, Alex Pelican, maintaining it pretty well. Got about an 8/10 gap back to Anthony. Through the field, 16 car, impressive run. Front end damage. He's got some company coming with 5 to go though. 54 car, Daniel Cunningham starting to catch up to him a little bit. He shaved it down about, I don't know, what do you say, 0.4 of a second here. Then you go back to the 19 of Lambert. Solid run for him tonight. 9 car, great recovery, but he's side by side with Dennis Faircloth right now with 4 to go. Cody Atkins trying to sneak up there in that top 5.
Oh.
Did Dine get a little loose right there? I can't tell if he was trying to block.
He definitely pulled it off the wall there for a second. Now he's got the 68. They've got lap traffic to contend with.
Just a real roller coaster of a day for Jeremiah Vincent.
I think you could say it's been a roller coaster day for everyone from about 4th place back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Another guy that's been having an up and down night. 33 car. Finds himself in the 9th spot. We got 2 laps to go though. 31, Alex Pelican. Just got to do it 2 more times. Anthony Pelican about 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second. He's starting to stretch it out though. Alex Pelican's got him 1 second here down the straightaway. Coming up on the lap car, Alan Dice. Running that high groove consistently all night long. Everybody else hunting for grip, but the 31 car started on the pole. Started first, in first, 1 to go. He's just gonna hang it up there real easy. Not push the issue, get around the 5 car. Down the backstretch, plenty of room on that exit wall. Anthony Pelican's gonna get caught up with the 5 car, and I tell you what, nobody's gonna catch this 31. As he comes off of turn 4. BTDY Contender Series is his here at New Hampshire. 31, Alex Pelican, your winner tonight. Started on the pole, did the trifecta, the most laps led. Congratulations to that 31 car. 2nd position, Anthony Pelican, his brother, and then got the 16 car coming across the line for the 3rd spot. I believe I'm wrong on that, actually. 54.
54 snuck his way around there at the end.
Let's go back and look at that because I feel like I owe him. Let's see when he got around this 16 car. This would have been about
It's
2 to go.
Coming to 99 out of turn 4. It looks like the 16 had a little bit of a moment.
So 54 car. I do apologize. Daniel Cunningham was sneaking up there, but we were so focused on what the leaders were doing that we missed this pass. Great job by Daniel Cunningham getting around the 16. So he'll bring it home in the 3rd spot.
Alex Pelican has a 1.7 average finishing spot coming into tonight, which he will improve upon with this finish tonight.
Well, there it is. 31 car. Definitely going to be burning it down here. Post-race interviews with your top 3. You watch these brothers battle it out all race long. We'll get caught up in victory lane with Alex Pelican. Got a lot of post-race interviews with these Pelican brothers, but I think the battle here tonight is going to mean that much more. Parks it right down there on the finish line, ripping it around. All right, we're going to be right back after this. We'll get your interview with the winner, your top 3. BTDY Contender Series will be right back after this. Ryan McGarvey on the bottom. 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. Ups, there's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again.
It's double zero. It's going to try.
Oh.
Iowa next week, just FYI.
Well, we got him down there in victory lane. Eric Cotton is caught up with Alex Pelican down here in victory lane. You got a copy, Alex?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Alex, come in here tonight with an average finish of 1.7, which you'll somehow improve upon, winning another one. So I'm trying to get a gauge for the setup. Looking at the cars, seems to be really tight through center, and we saw guys just getting kind of a snap loose on exit with so much wheel into it. Is that right? And talk about your night.
Yeah, that's pretty much basically it. Basically nailed it on the head. Just had to, save as much right front as possible. That way, you were limit your tightness through the center, and then just basically, back your entry up to get a good exit.
Yeah, we saw you had the really fast run out with Anthony all night, and he was able to get by you there. But on that final run, you held about 2/10 for 10, 15 laps or so into it, and you were able to get by him. Were you guys trying to talk to each other about getting by or not, or is it kind of just every man for themselves at that point?
I mean, he keyed up there at the beginning of that last run and was like, if you won't buy, like, you're more than welcome to it. And I was just like, no, I'm riding for right now. And then there, when I passed him, I just kind of let him know that, I didn't want to ride anymore. And he was just like, all right, you have at it.
Yeah, we see both of you guys have a lot of success in pretty much all the types of tracks we've come to so far. And we go to Iowa next week, which is kind of the first short track I want to say that we've seen so far. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I've had somewhat success at Iowa before, but I know Anthony's really good there. So we'll see.
Well, does anybody want to give a thanks or shout out to?
Yeah, big shout out to all the dialed in guys: Anthony, Nick, Brett, Dennis, Nate, Mark. Um, Big shout out to you guys for broadcasting the league, doing a great job week in, week out. Big thanks to everybody at BTDY that puts this league on and allows us to win a race.
All right. Well, great win tonight. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, there is your race winner, Alex Pelican, down there in victory lane. Got to celebrate with those dialed-in brothers, friends. A lot of guys been dominant in that dialed-in racing team, and in Iowa next week, he's always modest, isn't he, Eric? He never says like, yeah, we got a great setup, or I'm really confident. He just says, well, I don't know. And
Yeah,
he comes out here and puts it on the pole.
Yeah, something tells me he's probably going to be pretty quick next week too.
Well, he's done a great job so far, but we got another interview here. Second position tonight, 98 car, Anthony Pelican. Had a great race here all race long, Anthony, and it just, we go back to previous laps, watching you try to chase him down right there at the end. Walk us through that.
Right there when I was leading towards the end and he was catching me, and then he got by me, I kind of forgot about the brake bias adjuster, and I didn't have it all the way to the rear. So once I figured that out, I got a little bit of life back in me, but still didn't have enough for him to run him down.
We watched you run a line lower than anyone else on the track, and it wasn't until the 95 put it on the grass that anyone ran it lower. Did it help that thing rotate a little bit better, or were you just trying to find anything you could do to get some time?
I was just trying to find anything I could do. Felt like there was a little bit more drive off grip down there. Trying to utilize that as best as possible, but wasn't enough.
Yeah, the run seemed to be a little bit better on the outside down the straightaways, and you had a lot of lap traffic there at the end. Do you think maybe if that last stint was a little bit shorter, it would have been a different story?
Yeah, it probably would have been a little bit of different story too if I realized my brakes weren't all the way to the back earlier in the run just to save a little bit of tire. But yeah, was kind of hoping for a caution there, get some fresh tires on there and race them with fresh tires. But it is what it is. We'll take a second and move on.
10-4 on that. And Anthony, you did a hell of a job tonight. Do you got anybody you'd like to shout out to for the second place?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to my wife and my 2 daughters for their support. All the boys that dialed in racing. They're a blast to race with and good teammates. You for putting on the broadcast, and Eric, all Nick and all the guys there at BTDY for putting on the league. Alan, Timmy, Dallas, those guys, they do a great job for this league, and you do a great job with the broadcast.
We appreciate it. And Eric's done a great job so far this season, and hopefully we can keep this streak alive. We're going to Iowa next week, and we hope to see you there.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys there.
10-4, man. We'll take care, and we'll see you.
See you, man. Have a good week.
Anthony Pelican, your second place finisher tonight. I tell you what, those Pelican boys, they're going at it. I think we're going to see a repeat here at Iowa. It's coming up. Got our third place driver down here on pit road. Daniel Cunningham, you snuck up on him. My timing and scoring was even wrong there. Across the finish line, it puts you up there in P3. And I counted my eggs before they hatched. So walk us through there. You were sneaking up on Nick Gardner in the last 10 laps.
Yeah, I knew I didn't really have long run speed or short run speed rather. I didn't have it in practice. I couldn't really nail a hot lap or anything like that. So a certain point in practice, I just said, let's just work on the long runs and hope that's how it plays out. It didn't seem like it was going to go that way early, that it was going to be split up into shorter runs, but Nick was doing a really good job there. I don't think if it was for lap traffic that I probably would have got to him. It seemed like the last couple lap cars that we caught benefited me or hurt him a little bit more than it hurt me. So it's definitely fun trying to chase him down though, and definitely a good result being the highest finishing non-Pelican of the race. So starting 10th at a track that's really not my best track and coming out with a third place, can't complain about it.
Well, we watched that 54 car up flirting with that top 5, and you said that long run speed was what you had. Once we got to that green flag run, do you think we would have had a different story? Maybe you've been up in the top 3 all race long had we went green from the start?
Track position was definitely the biggest thing I was fighting all race. I still don't necessarily think I would have been able to hang with Alex or Anthony up there. But it seemed like every restart I was either breaking even or net loss on restarts, just between being in the wrong lane, having incidents in front of me that I had to check up for, and whatever the case is. So that out of everything, I mean, the tire saving was fine. The car felt fine on long runs. It was definitely the track position. Being able to be up there a little bit better definitely would have at least gave me the opportunity to make things a little more interesting.
Well, you put it up there in the top 3. We're going to Iowa next week. What do you got in store for him?
That's a good question. I'm always so hit and miss at Iowa. I never honestly really know what to expect out of myself there either. It's definitely a fun racetrack. Short tracks in general are probably not my strongest suit with this car, but I enjoy Iowa. It definitely gives you some options for different lane choices. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good show. But I think it's definitely going to take a little bit of strategy or something to get past those top 2.
Well, we watch it there right at the white flag. Nick Gardner got really tight out of 4, and I didn't realize how close you guys got on that exit. But great job by both of you guys tonight and keeping it off each other, and great finish. Do you have anyone you'd like to thank for third place tonight?
Yeah, just thanks to all my teammates. They definitely help keep things fun in the loaded admin chat that we got going on. So It's definitely fun hanging out with those guys, and thanks to all of our league sponsors. You guys always do a great job with the broadcast. Also, enjoy going back and watching it. And thanks to Rowdy Energy keeping me going all night. Uh, just happy with the results we've had lately. Aside from Pocono last week, it's been a good start to the season.
And for Daniel, we look forward to seeing you out there on the track at Iowa, and we hope to catch up with you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, there it is. BTDY Contender Series race number 4 in the books. What did you think, Eric? Great race?
Yeah, I think it was a good race. I think maybe a little bit looser setup. Could have seen just a little bit better racing. Seems like these guys were kind of got stuck side by side, but definitely third on back, really. Saw a whole bunch of beating and banging, and it just another great performance by the Pelicans, 1-2. But I think for New Hampshire, I think we got what you kind of expect from a track like this. But,
Well,
had a bunch of fun.
If you're a body guy for any one of these teams, you're working overtime this week. We're going to Iowa. Got a lot of work to do. And these guys are going to load them up. BTDY Contender Series, 150 miles at Iowa next week. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you never miss a single lap, as we'll bring you live flag-to-flag coverage here on Drivers Network America. So, for myself, Bradley Cooper, Eric Hutton, signing off. We'll see you guys next week. Appreciate your time. Take care. McGarvey on the bottom, 46. Dallas Sullivan has the room to push here. 80 car shoving hard. Up there's the block. There's the block into the outside wall. 746 wrecking now. 80 car maybe having to move. There's the block again.
Still a zero.
Oh,